Well, here it is, a very special offer from Deciem, the abnormal beauty company at QVC. Annabelle Sutherland joins me right now. It's great to be here.
Oh, it's so good to have you here. Thank you for coming.
We're exploring right now NIOD. It's an incredible offer, huge saving. Take us through what we get.
Okay, so you get 4 hero products from NIOD. So in that you have our Sanskrit saponins, which is our deep cleansing balm. So really going to help exfoliate the surface of the skin. Then you have our copper amino isolate serum, which has got that incredible ingredient, the copper peptides, to help improve the aging of the skin. Then we have our multi-molecular hyaluronic complex, which is our supercharged hyaluronic acid serum with 15 different hyaluronic technologies in there. And then we have our neck elasticity catalyst. This is our best seller at QVC and is really going to help boost the elasticity in your neck and jowl area.
This is a full skincare routine from NIOD. Some of your much loved technologies and ingredients actually in this collection. Let's take a step back.
A step back.
For anyone who has never come across NIOD before, what makes the brand so special?
The formulas are so innovative. So at Deciem, we actually have over 45 people in our lab teams. So that's everything from research and development to our scientists that really help innovate our formulas. Now, actually with NIOD, we tend to reformulate every product within like 6 to 12 to 18 months. So we very much operate like a technology company. So I know Nicola used to always say on air, if you think of your iPhone from a decade ago, I don't even know if an iPhone even really existed a decade ago, but think how advanced we've become. And it's the same in skincare science. You know, every 6 to 12 months, there's something new and available on the market. So it's really looking about how can we at NIOD be at the very forefront of that innovation in skincare science.
And also something that I remember first noticing when I came into contact with NIOD, a lot of your textures are lighter. You really are a champion of layering, I suppose, those ingredients on the skin. Why is that important?
We really look at the viscosity in our skincare. Now that is because for an ingredient, an active ingredient to work, it needs to be in the skin and really interacting with those multi-depth layers. Obviously, if a product just sits on the top of the skin, it might help support that immediate hydration, but that's really all the benefit that you're getting. So we're really looking at how can we ensure that our formulas really go to the deepest layers of the skin.
So let's go through the collection once again and sort of, you know, you may be watching this and have never come across NIOD before, or Deciem, the abnormal beauty company. We should actually just quickly touch on the fact, because sometimes it can be a bit confusing, because at Deciem you have a few different brands, sort of sub-ranges under the larger brand of Deciem, the abnormal beauty company. Where does NIOD fit alongside your other ranges?
So NIOD is definitely our most innovative skincare brand.
Absolutely.
So when you're looking at Deciem as a whole, definitely NIOD is our crown jewel. And then actually within that, our copper amino isolate serum is like the top of the tree. So definitely at the very top.
And it's kind of, the copper amino isolate serum, it's really one of those products that actually put you guys on the map, because it was so different. You know, the beauty world had never seen a technology like that before, something that you're going to activate yourself at home. Yeah,
and the reason for that, so it is very hard to keep a copper peptide stable. So the reason we say is take these 2 products at home and mix them so you really get this super active formula. Now, obviously for lots of brands to say take it home and mix these together, probably quite overwhelming thing to do, but we really wanted to educate the consumer and ensure that those ingredients that they're applying on the skin are really incredible and going to really make that difference too.
But before you're going to apply that much loved product, we've got something in here that is really going to thoroughly cleanse, clean and work with the skin.
Exactly. So we've got our Sanskrit saponins. Now this doesn't remove makeup, so you'd either from NIOD, for example, use our low viscosity cleaning ester, or if you love our brand The Ordinary, we've got our squalane cleanser. But the Sanskrit saponins is really about the deep cleaning of the skin.
So this is a second cleanse. This is not your initial
cleanser. Exactly. So this is really going to help exfoliate that top layer of the dead skin cells and just ensure that your skin feels super clean. Now, you know, if you use a first step cleanser to remove your makeup, there's inevitably going to be some residue that builds up over those days. So we'd advise using this 3 to 4 times per week to just ensure that you're leaving your skin super clean. And then that just ensures all the serums or the creams that you then apply on top work all that bit better.
And the lovely thing is, it's got such a nice loose texture, so you can really work it around the face. You're going to get such a thorough cleanse.
Absolutely. And now when I say it helps exfoliate the skin surface, it doesn't have any beads that are going to irritate the skin or anyone with a sensitive skin type, and it's not going to cause any damage to that dermal barrier. All it's going to do is help release those dead skin cells that sit on the surface of the skin, just to ensure there's no buildup over time or any congestion.
Good stuff. So it means if you have, maybe you do suffer with sensitivity at home, maybe it is high colour, maybe it is a little bit of rosacea, and those physical exfoliants you find are a little bit too harsh on your skin, this is where this is going to come in perfectly, isn't it?
Absolutely, it really is, and it's actually part of what we call at NIOD our YESTI collection. Now, NIOD is always about being at the forefront of innovation in skincare science. However, we do acknowledge that there's some ingredients that have been around for years and years and years that you just can't beat. So we have this YESTI collection, which our Sanskrit saponins sits within, and this is all based on Ayurvedic ingredients that come from India. Super natural on the skin, but very, very efficient.
And I love all the packaging as well from NIOD. I know this is very much a side because what is much more important is what's inside here and the technology that you just spoke about with your scientists in the labs in Toronto. Everything is formulated, developed in your labs in Toronto, which is really key actually for the brand.
It is, and I think when we first launched NIOD, NIOD was really built around avoiding trends, avoiding big, packaging, fancy packaging, avoiding fragrances. It really was about function. That was what was at the very forefront of NIOD as a whole, but also as Deciem. And it's a commitment that we continue to have through all of our brands here at Deciem.
So we've spoken about cleansing, which is step one of our special offer here at QVC from Deciem, the Abnormal Beauty Company. The saving is incredible, so do not miss out on this today's special value offer. We have spoken a little bit about the copper amino isolate serum, but this is going to be, I assume, the first product after cleansing that you put on.
Absolutely, in every routine. So if you, say for example, use the Sanskrit saponins just a few times a week in the AM or PM, then regardless whatever other brand that you use, the copper serum will always be the first step after cleansing. Now we have it here, so I'll just show you. We always say on air how this is actually thinner than water. So it's got a really, really lightweight viscosity. Now, as we touched on earlier in our discussion, that's really because we want to ensure these ingredients penetrate into the multi-layers of the skin. Now, when we're looking at NIOD, we're really talking about skin health. Now, when we talk about skin health, that means if you look at a young skin, it's got all that elastin in there to keep it plump, it's hydrated, it's got all that collagen levels, and obviously the unfortunate
everything that we want, basically.
And the unfortunate thing, obviously, as we age, that starts to deplete. So the copper peptide, what's so incredible about this is it will help stimulate your collagen production, stimulate that elastin back in the skin. So we're really looking over long term, how can we ensure that your skin is as healthy and youthful as possible?
And it does all of that without the heaviness. So if you're somebody that doesn't like the heaviness, but you want the science, you want the anti-aging, this really is the brand and the products to reach for. And also, if you did want to add this into another skincare routine, you could.
Oh, 100%. So we're not asking at NIOD for you to give up all your other favourites. NIOD's very flexible. You can slot that into any existing routine.
I really love that about the brand. Now, next up in the collection, one of my all-time favourite products from the NIOD range, it's Hyaluronic. Now, we would have heard lots of people talking about hyaluronic. If you've read your magazines, you would have heard beauty editors and journalists absolutely raving about this ingredient. What is it and why do we need it?
It's definitely one of the most familiar ingredients in skincare, and that's because it's incredible. So hyaluronic acid exists in our skin naturally. Now, when we say acid, sometimes people confuse it with an exfoliating acid, but it's not. It's a hydrating acid. Now, as we age, similar to all good things like our collagen, it starts to deplete. So our multimolecular hyaluronic complex is a way of putting that hyaluronic acid back into the skin in a topical way. So really here we're looking at plumpness of the skin and hydration. So plumping out any of those fine lines and wrinkles in the skin and just giving that overall immediate hydration.
Now, I love using this product, and I don't actually know if I'm supposed to or not, but Annabelle's here with me right now, so she'll slap me on the wrist if not.
Oh gosh.
I love using this around my eyes.
Yes. Oh, you definitely can. So interestingly, the copper serum and the hyaluronic serum you can take around the eye area to double up as an eye serum. Now, for anyone that has more serious concerns around the eye area, so those really puffiness or hooded lids or really deep lines, then we have our Fractionated Eye Contour Concentrate, which has 28 different clinical technologies for all signs around the eye area. But yes, in the interim, the copper and the hyaluronic serum you can use around the eye area.
The other thing that I think is really nice about NIOD as a brand, this one product alone and also the copper amino isolate, you can easily add that in as part of existing skincare routines. So if you don't want to overhaul your entire routine right now, you can actually easily slot these in.
Definitely, because they're so lightweight, so it's not going to affect anything else that you want to add on top. Now, for somebody that has a more oily skin type, the copper and hyaluronic alone will probably be enough hydration for you on a day-to-day. For someone that has a more dry or combination skin, you may then want to add on an additional moisturizer or richer cream.
That's a really good tip actually, because certainly for me, days in the winter, definitely I like the heaviness or the extra heavier texture of a moisturiser on my skin. But in the summer, I can quite easily get away with lighter layers. So those two products would be enough for me on most days,
And I think in the summer as well, you should probably in the winter as well, but definitely in the summer you're applying your SPF on top.
That's it.
But in the winter, I'm all for an oil. I love my oils.
I love oils as well. Okay, so that's hyaluronic. Let's now move on to the final piece in the collection, and actually this is going to really help people who are worried about the appearance of aging on the neck area.
Yeah, so we're looking at the neck, the jowls, the décolletage, anywhere around that area where you're seeing that a loss of elasticity.
Quite a large area then. We're basically going from here all the way down to here.
We are, exactly. Now, this is one of our most loved products at QVC, and we've never had it in a special offer before, so it was super exciting.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So like, if we finally get round to doing something with QVC, we know that the neck should be put in there.
Can I have a little try?
Yes,
Can
absolutely,
I grab?
And I'll give you a little NIOD spoon
I
as well.
I like this, thank you.
So definitely actually when you're looking at all of the NIOD products, this is probably one of our most denser ones to use, and that's deliberate because we actually want you to massage those technologies into the skin for 20 to 30 seconds on application to really activate all those ingredients in there.
It's like a balm, isn't it?
It is.
So actually you're going to give yourself not only a great skincare treatment, but also in terms of sort of lymphatic drainage, take some time at home, give yourself a massage. You can definitely do it with that texture.
Absolutely. Now what we want to do is take it right from the décolletage all the way up to just underneath your cheekbone in upward strokes. So we're really encouraging that upward elastin back into the skin. So we would really recommend actually, so we'll start with the copper and the hyaluronic in the AM and the PM to really see the full benefits, and the same with the neck elasticity catalyst. Now for anyone that then wants to slot in a richer cream, as I said earlier, you can do so on top. But if you're using this whole routine, definitely do the copper, the hyaluronic, the neck, and then anything else in addition thereafter. I'm
just sat here stroking my hand because it's a really nice texture.
And I always love it's the most incredible orange colour. It is fascinating. So when you get this home, you'll have the bright blue serum with the copper, you'll have an orange one, but as soon as that's applied into the skin, it obviously disperses. But yeah, this is made up of all those different plant biotechnologies. So really, again, with NIOD, we really are looking at innovation. And I think typically when you look at a neck product, they can be quite gloopy and quite heavy. This will, once you've massaged it into the skin, it will soak in and you won't feel like there's any stickiness or residue left there.
No, it just leaves it with a very silky. Do you know what it actually feels a bit like? I think makeup would go on really well. So this is the big special offer at QVC from Deciem, the Abnormal Beauty Company. Just to recap, tell us what's in the collection.
So in this collection, we have our Sanskrit Saponins, which is our deep cleaning balm that's really going to help exfoliate the top layer of the skin. Then we have our most loved copper amino isolate serum, which is full of those copper peptides, so really supporting youthful skin. And then we have our multi-molecular hyaluronic complex, which is our supercharged hyaluronic acid serum. And then we have our neck elasticity catalyst, which is really going to help support the elastin in the neck, jowl and décolletage area.
And Annabelle, tell me about your role within the company at Deciem, the Abnormal Beauty Company.
So I am our Director of Europe. So my responsibility is to really have a focus on partnerships across Europe and retail as well. So really just all-encompassing everything in Europe.
And so a lot of travel, a lot of visiting different stores and really pulling the team together, I guess.
Absolutely, but such an exciting time. I mean, I remember it was it the beginning of 2016 when we first launched with QVC, and that felt like such an exciting moment at Deciem to have won that Find a New Beauty Brand award and to be given such an amazing platform. So it's been an incredible journey so far.
And going forward, I guess because you have your own labs in Toronto in Canada, a wonderful space there where not only scientists, but also creatives are coming together around the table to think of new technologies, new ingredients and pulling them together.
Exactly, and actually, so we have over 45 members in our R&D team, in our lab team, but within that we have 6 members solely focused on research and development. So they will literally travel the world, going to the latest skincare conferences to understand what are the new ingredients and how can we bring them back to Deciem and create really innovative, groundbreaking formulas.
Well, there it is, the big special offer from NIOD at QVC. Find out more about the brand on our website right now. Go to qvcuk.com and search Deciem.